Hello students, great to see you again. This is Rajan Ghai, Company Secretary and your mentors. Today I have come up with a second video in the same series which we were discussing in last year chapters Money and Banking. In last video we discussed about some of the key terms along with your money, demand for money, supply for money, functions of money, and terms are high powered money, fiat money, and legal tenders. Now we will be continuing with your next topic, that is money creation by banking system, which is called credit creation, as well as you can say it is deposit creations. So you can uh, say that this money creation is also called deposit creation as well as your credit creation, because we know that credit is called lifeblood of the industry as well as your economy. So that's why banking systems is called is a boon of your economic system, because we know that being an Indian, that each and every person's directly indirectly relates with that bank. Means our bank accounts are there, so saving accounts are there, current accounts are there. So that's why you can say that uh, credit creations create by banking system to help or to just boost up our economy. Now in this video we will be learning about what is the process of credit creations, because this is very important for we people, that being an commerce students, we should know that basic things, that how banks create credit for the economy. So let's start with the first meaning of your credit creations. So credit creations or money creation is a process by which a commercial bank creates total deposits number of time the primary deposits. So you can see, once we talk about bank, we know that accepting loans, giving loans, accepting deposits. So it means bank try and create credit for industry purpose, means business purpose, as well as for your domestic purpose also. If you want any kind of home loan and all, that bank provides you. So those credit creations basically depends on basic two assumptions. We can say those assumptions are, one is, means your process of money creations is based on the following assumptions, because there is a hypothesis for that, that one is there is single banking system in the economy. We assume that there is only single banking system prevailing in the economy, that it means banking system creates the credit for the economy. Second assumption is all transactions are routed through banks. Now in second assumptions we are assuming that one person or a industrialist or businessman, any person, you can say that person makes payment, does it by writing check. Means we are making any kind of payment, that is only and only by writing check. This we assume that, because to prove this credit creations we have to make some sort of assumptions, because assumptions are called basis of this credit creations. The one who receives payment deposit the same in the deposit account. Means if you are making payment to somebody, so you can say that direct or indirect way, that persons receives that payment, that person comes to bank and deposit the same into deposit account. Once that person needs that money, that person can withdraw the money by writing check. This way assumes that. Now it doesn't mean that once bank receives any kind of deposits and bank can allow or bank will allow the whole amount as a loan. Bank doesn't do that, because there are some terms on that, like CRR, means LRR is there, legal reserve ratio is there. So we can see this is process of money creation by commercial banks. Commercial bank cannot use the total deposit for giving loans, because RBI is there, central bank is there. So RBI doesn't allow any commercial bank to use all the money, to use all total deposit for giving loans, because there may be any kind of emergency arise. So it is legally compulsory for the banks to keep a certain minimum fraction of net total demand and time deposit as a legal reserves. We understand about demand deposits in last video. Net total demand and time deposit as a legal reserves. It means every commercial bank has to keep certain minimum amount, certain minimum fraction of net total demand. Total demand is called your saving bank account, means all the deposits received by the bank, saving as well as current and whatever bank is receiving. And time deposit is called FD. So once we make total of all the money held by bank, that some portion of that money means as a legal reserve ratio or as a CRR, cash reserve ratio, bank has to keep with RBI. Means you can take one example. Let's say bank is having rupees 10,000 on a particular day. It doesn't mean that bank can issue that full 10,000 rupees as a loan. Bank can give that loans to industry. No. If we assume that 20% LRR is their legal reserve ratio, it means bank has to keep 20%, mean 10,000, 20% means 2,000 with the RBI, and only 80% left with the commercial banks to give loan. So LRR is called minimum reserve that a commercial bank must maintain as per the instruction of the central bank. So according to these are the instructions given by central bank, each and every commercial bank has to keep minimum basic percentage, the percentage which is fixed by your RBI, with RBI. So that's why the balance left with after keeping that reserves with RBI as a LRR, legal reserve ratio, the balance amount bank can give as a loan. So LRR is fixed by central bank. It has two components. CRR is there, SLR is there. CRR is called cash reserve ratio, which bank has to keep, means commercial bank has to keep with RBI. SLR is called, it is called statutory liquidity ratio. It is fraction of net total demand and time deposit that commercial banks must keep with themselves in the form of specified liquid assets. It means the same amount, same word is there. This is net total demand and time deposit. Net total demand and time deposit means your total net total demand and time deposit that commercial bank must keep with themselves. Themselves means bank has to keep this SLR, statutory liquidity ratio, means percentage of that SLR on the basis of net total demand and time deposits with themselves in the form of specified liquid assets. So bank can keep that these reserves in specified liquid assets, means bank can make these reserves in the form of currency as well as other assets are there, short-term assets are there. So bank can, because liquid assets, why we have mentioned liquid asset? Liquid asset means which can easily be converted into cash. So those are called liquid assets. How much are the deposit created are determined by primary deposit and legal reserve ratio. Now, how much are the deposit created is determined by primary deposit and legal reserve ratio. So two basic components or elements are there by which we can say that bank can create credit. One is primary deposit and second is legal reserve ratio. Primary deposit is called initial deposit, or legal reserve ratio. We understand that the same reserves which are instructed by RBI to commercial banks. So total credit creation equal to initial deposit multiply by 1 by legal reserve ratio. Means if you divide your initial deposit, means primary deposits, divide by your legal reserve ratios, it becomes your total credit creations. So let's understand the same with one example. So before starting these examples, again I explained two things, two assumptions. One is there is single banking system in the economy. Second is all transactions routed through bank. This we have to assume. Otherwise, can't possible to just make you understand this credit creation, because credit creation basically depends on two assumptions. So you can see it is mentioned over here. Customer deposit 10,000 in a bank and legal reserve ratio is central bank is 20%. Means 10,000 we assume that customer deposit into bank. So this becomes your primary deposit, initial deposit. Bank has to pay 20% is called LRR. Means now you can assume that 20% bank, commercial bank has to keep with RBI, and only 80% can be used to give loan. Bank has to pay interest on this amount. Now we can understand like this. Deposit creation by commercial bank with initial deposit 10,000. Initial deposit is called primary deposit. And we know the formula, credit creation equal to initial deposit divided by LRR. So once you divide your legal reserve ratio to your initial deposits, it comes your total credit creations. In first round, we can say that person enters into that bank. He deposit how much amount? 10,000. Now, after keeping 20% of this amount, 10,000 multiplied 20% comes 2,000. So 2,000 bank has to keep this amount with RBI, and 8,000 bank can provide as a loan. So 2,000 becomes LRR, means reserves. 8,000 bank can issue as a loan. So in second round, you can say this deposit becomes primary deposit for next round. So 8,000 comes over here, multiply 20%, it means 1,600 bank can reserves. Bank has to keep this reserve, commercial bank, with RBI. Now 8,000 minus 1,600, 8,000 minus 1,600, it means 6,400 bank can use to give loan. In third round, this 6,400 becomes primary deposit for third round. Now bank is having 6,400. Once you multiply by 20% of that, it means 1,280 you have to keep as a reserves. 5,120 you can issue as a loan. Once you make total of all this process, means total deposits, now you are having 50,000. Loans you can give 40,000. 10,000 means 20%. Means by assuming those assumptions, that means bank is having two assumptions. That one assumption is called only banking system is there, all the transactions routed through banks. It means one bank receives any kind of deposits and issue as a loan. Bank assumes that total customers who have deposited the money into the bank, they will never come in one go to just demand for their money, to withdraw their money. So it means it is a continuous process. Bank is receiving money, deposits again and again, and the same way bank is continuously giving loans to the customers. So that's why total deposits come 50,000, and 20%, 10,000, after keeping that reserves with us RBI, bank can give loan of 40,000. So how could you calculate the total deposit 50,000? I told you earlier that there is a formula, initial deposit into 1 divided by LRR. So your legal reserve ratio is 0.2, means 20%. 10,000 divided by 20%, it comes 50,000. So 50,000 becomes your total deposits. So how many times the total deposit would be of initial deposit determined by LRR? The multiple called the money multiplier or deposit this is called your money multiplier. Money multiplier equal to 1 by legal reserve ratio. So you can say two things are there after understanding this. There is a direct relationship between money multiplier and total credit creation. Means if your money multiplier increases, automatically your credit creation increases, or vice versa. And there is indirect relation between legal reserve ratio and credit creation. So credit creation is inversely related to legal reserve ratio. Higher the legal ratio, lesser will be the credit creation by commercial bank system, and vice versa. It means if your LRR is higher, it means if LRR is higher, so commercial bank has to keep the more reserves with the RBI, so it becomes less for commercial bank to give as a loan. Thank you.